I apologize for missing you guys yesterday. It's good to be back, even though clearly I'm still not feeling well. Meant to give you guys a heads up on Thursday, but I just forgot. We had to wake up at 3:30 yesterday morning. My girlfriend had a scheduled procedure at the hospital. Just a minor little thing. Everything went well. I had planned on getting at least one video uploaded yesterday. Brought my laptop to the hospital with me, but there was some lady in the waiting room who talked non-stop from 5:36 in the morning until we were allowed to leave. Between her incessant blabbering and this illness that I'm dealing with, I just couldn't focus yesterday. By the time we made it home, I was so exhausted, I didn't feel like doing anything. Gonna try to make up for it today and get 2 videos out, but enough of that bullshit. Let's go ahead and get into it. It has been a tough end to the summer if you identify as an identifier. Down here in the South, most of us celebrate the end of summer. Summer ending means the weather becomes tolerable. You can walk outside, back inside without needing to take a shower. Fall weather brings the return of the sport that most of us normal people prefer. Football, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all things normal people enjoy that take place during the months after summer. Summer ending is usually a time for celebration, unless, of course, you're a shit fuck. These people are very bitter, very, very bitter. They don't like Thanksgiving. They hate Christmas, unless it's the celebration of woke Christmas every June. They damn sure don't like the NFL. For some reason, shit fucks, they do enjoy Halloween. I think it's because it gives men like Jon Stewart an excuse to dress like the woman they have always envisioned themselves to be, and it's somewhat acceptable. But this year, the end of summer seems to be starting a new trend in the community of Cucumber. They are laying to rest the mainstream media careers of some of their most beloved partners in the butt bongo. Like I've told you guys before, there is no loyalty in the woke movement. It does not matter how many times you squeeze an entire tube of Preparation H into a roid-raged bongo. Doesn't matter how many times you volunteer yourself for cleanup duty at the WNBA dump. In the case of Trevor Noah, it doesn't matter how many unfunny jokes that you tell about Orange Man bad. At the end of the day, in the television business, there is one thing and one thing only that matters: ratings. Over the last couple of years, huge embarrassing failures, they have tried to convince us that television ratings no longer matter. Linear television is so passe. Ratings no longer matter. Nielsen may consider my show a failure, but I am extremely popular on Black Twitter. Yeah. Ratings no longer matter. Tell that to Tutti Frutti, who just had CNN move his fresh lemons from prime time to mornings. Tell that to the donut diva Brian Stelter, who saw his career in the mainstream media end due to low ratings. By the way, did you guys know Brian Stelter is only 35 years old? Did you know that? I saw a comment on one of my videos earlier this week telling me that Brian Stelter was younger than me. I didn't know that. I think I replied to the comment something like, yeah, but who looks younger? I mean, the bald bull, he looks like he's about to qualify for Medicare. Anyway, Thursday night on The Daily Show, Trevor Noah, he announced that he was stepping down. For the last 7 years, if there is one thing Trevor Noah has proven, it's consistency. On a network supposedly built around comedy, Trevor Noah has been consistently unfunny. He has consistently put viewers to sleep, the few viewers remaining anyway. In the span of 7 years, Trevor Noah has driven away almost 2 million viewers from The Daily Show. Sometimes I feel bad for people coming up in the generation behind me. You guys really missed out on what I call the golden age of entertainment. The best years of the NBA, the best years of television, the best years of music, comedy. Shit fucks have stolen that from you. I know Jon Stewart is a bongo banging lemon squeezer today, but when he hosted The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, he was the real deal. This dude was a legend. Much of what I do here on the channel is similar to what Jon Stewart did on The Daily Show, political satire. I present factual information. I keep you guys posted on major news and stories, and hopefully the satire keeps you entertained and coming back. For years, that is exactly what Jon Stewart did. Now, of course, he hosts an unpopular show today on Apple TV that no one watches, There are a couple of reasons for this. Number one, he's on the wrong fruity platform. Shit fucks, they prefer Don's lemons. They don't like apples. Apples are too large to squeeze into the bongo. Don's lemons, always the right size. And number two, Jon Stewart went from producing comedic shit on The Daily Show to creating content centered around his white privilege. This country is so racist! The other day, cops pulled over a black woman and asked for her driver's license. This is a clear case of mythical racism. They only asked because she was black and they thought she couldn't find the DMV. This was entrapment! When cops pull me over, they only ask for my autograph. I hate my white privilege. Why do they only make black people to jail? It's not fair. My white ass would love to be in jail. I hear plenty of prisoners love to pound the brown. Jon Stewart went from the pinnacle of success, the pinnacle of television, to huge embarrassing failure status. In the late 2000s, The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, they were averaging 1.5 million viewers. By the end of 2013, 2.5 million. That is a monster number on cable TV, especially for a network like Comedy Central. You could tally up the rats in WNBA dumps across America, it wouldn't come close to reaching 2.5 million people. Woke Take on ESPN, you would have to combine the audience across all 5 days in the week to reach 2.5 million people. Jon Stewart was doing that every night. Enter Trevor Noah in 2015, someone who took over The Daily Show with minimal name recognition. He had a fresh start. This wasn't like Stephen Colbert taking over for David Letterman. We had already been exposed to the shit fuckery of Stephen Colbert for years before he landed on broadcast television. When Jon Stewart hosted The Daily Show, I don't want to say it was balanced. The show always leaned to the left, but Jon Stewart, he wasn't afraid to go after people like Barack Obama. He wasn't afraid to go after Democrats. Trevor Noah takes the reins during the rise of Donald Trump, and the show shifted to Orange Man Bad. In 2020, Trevor Noah, he officially became baptized and born again. His ceremony was special. They flew in fresh cucumbers from South Africa. Brian Stelter, he was the guest baker, supplying the ceremony with his exclusive donut cock rings. Don Lemon, he was the bartender, opening up his bar to all the lonely men clamoring for a fresh squeeze. The baptism was performed by Jon Stewart, who lubed up his fingers before popping the butt berry with the traditional woke hug. For the last 2 years, The Daily Show has been an unmitigated disaster. Trevor Noah has destroyed the franchise. Before stepping down, he was well on his way to battling Bomani Jones for the crown of huge embarrassing failure. Let me show you some examples of what the shit fucks like to call comedy. Watch for yourself.
Were arguing sort of against his apology, saying that the N-word with context is totally fine for a white person to say. Yeah, and I understand what they're saying. Like, maybe you're a professor teaching history. Maybe you're a news anchor reporting on a story about Joe Rogan. Maybe you're in a Quentin Tarantino movie and you have to use the N-word, because if you don't, then the movie has no dialogue. But, for the most part, as a white person, you never need to use the N-word. Right? There's no need. For example, I've gone this entire story saying the N-word, and everyone has understood exactly what I've meant, right? Nobody's sitting at home going, Nutella? Neanderthal? Nelly Furtado? Why is Trevor being so vague? What is the word?
India and Pakistan don't go to war. But if they did go to war, it would probably be the most entertaining war of all time, yeah? Because the Indian soldiers would run out on the battlefield and they'd be like, time for you to die!
A lot of people on TV didn't expect a war like this to happen in, let's say, certain neighborhoods.
This is not a developing third world nation. This is Europe.
These are prosperous middle-class people.
This isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan.
Wow. That was you choosing your words carefully? That was the careful version? So what were you going to say if you weren't choosing your words carefully? I just hope the next time this happens, it happens back in the Middle East where it belongs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what they consider comedy. Did you find any of that to even be remotely funny? I have laughed harder during the eulogy at a funeral. I tried to find a clip of Trevor Noah that would qualify as borderline comedic. I couldn't find one. Over the last several years, Trevor Noah has been rewarded for being completely useless. He's won Emmy Awards, cementing his place amongst the wanker spankers. He is no longer your typical wanker spanker. Trevor Noah, he is now a legendary spanker of wankers. He hosted the Grammys 2 years in a row. He was the host this year at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where he managed to do something that no man has done before. Make Kamala Harris stop laughing. You know how difficult that is? Cackling Kamala laughs at routine questions. Kamala, have you been to the border? I've played board games. Does that count? Trevor Noah is so funny. He managed to get a professional laugher to stop laughing. Like all failures, Trevor Noah is claiming his departure at Comedy Central and The Daily Show is his own decision. Now, normally, I would be skeptical in these type of situations. Don Lemon, he tried pulling the same shit, claiming his move from primetime to morning television was a promotion. It was his decision. But with Trevor Noah, I actually believe him, and I'll tell you why. There are whispers that he wants to move into late night on broadcast television. There's an opening right now at CBS with James Corden leaving. There will be plenty of competition for the job. I mean, there are so many shitfucks qualified for the position. Samantha Bumblebee, she's one of the best when it comes to putting people to sleep. There was a mass exodus this year involving the cast of Saturday Night Live. A handful of unfunny comedians left the show, opening themselves up to new and exciting opportunities. Plus, they were tired of Lorne Michaels pounding their bongo. They are looking to spice things up a bit in the percussion section. Trevor Noah, he will be facing some stiff competition, but that's okay. That's okay. Trevor, he likes a good stiffy. However, it would be hard to justify giving him this job while he is producing record low ratings. At one point last September, ratings for The Daily Show were so low, Nielsen couldn't record them. November of last year, he averaged 259,000 viewers. Somehow, in the span of 7 years, Trevor Noah's driven away 2 million people. 2 million. He was handed the golden goose from Jon Stewart, and in typical shitfuck fashion, he stuck the goose directly up his ass. In my lifetime, I have never seen late night television in the state that it's in today. This medium is struggling so bad, Greg fucking Gutfeld is number one. Fox News has the number one show in late night. And you think Trevor Noah is the answer? Trevor Noah, the guy who drove away 2 million viewers on Comedy Central? This is your savior? Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Trevor Noah, he steps down at Comedy Central to continue being a huge, embarrassing failure elsewhere. Will this be the end of The Daily Show? Could it be the end of Comedy Central? Most nights, The Daily Show, it is the only program on the network that makes the top 150 on cable. Comedy Central is another example of what shitfuckery will do to your network. This network, it used to produce classics. I would imagine outside The Daily Show and I guess South Park still comes on Comedy Central. Outside of those two shows, most of you, I would imagine, could not name a show on Comedy Central right now. Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.